with the basketball here. We're going to level it off. Basketball in the wing, you cannot get beat baseline. Level it off, coming to the middle. Okay? Offensive players, and we call this our paint touch drill. The offensive players are working now to put the basketball into the paint with the dribble. They want to touch the paint as many times as they can, or beat them baseline. If they beat them baseline, my count will be continuous as we get started. You beat them baseline, that's 1. You get another touch in the paint, that'd be 2. So offense, you're working hard to get the basketball into the paint. You're trying to beat them baseline. I really want you to work to do that. Force these guys to have to guard using our rules. Defensively, you're working as a group of 3 right now. Can't get beat baseline. Keep the ball out of the paint. The ball does not touch the paint right now. Okay, we'll just do it a couple times, and then we'll go for 15 seconds, and I'll count, and I'll show you how we do it as our competitive drill. Talking to each other now. Here we go. Angle of approach. One, hold up, hold up. He got himself there, but a couple really good things happened already. On this wing, our angle of approach to get that baseline cut off was really, really good. Had you run at him high side, he was beating your baseline. And then we had somebody there to help, didn't we? All right, make sure on our closeouts, throw your hands. Okay? Anytime you get going live, I think communication takes a dip, and I think things like on a closeout, your hands going high, some of those detail things start to go away anytime you go live. Anytime you ask your guys to do something in this drill, keep the ball out of the paint, can't get beat baseline, but it's a live drill, I think communication takes a dip. And I think that some of the detail stuff, like throwing your hands on a closeout, some of those things go away. Because you're going live now, and all the players are thinking about it, say, I got to keep it out of the paint, I can't get beat baseline. It is about those details, though. That's where your team is going to get better. Make sure on the closeout, both hands go high. Okay? All right, here we go. One more time, then we'll do it as a competitive drill. Good. There we go, Jordan. That happens. The question was, is that a point for the defense? It's not in this drill. We've got one at the end that I'll get to in a 5-on-5 where there's some points for loose ball recovery. But you might have heard some clapping coming from over here. When we get a loose ball recovery at our practices, coaches, players, our guys that would have been on the baseline right now, everybody's in a sprint to get there to help them up. We're rallying around every charge. We're rallying around every loose ball recovery. Every time it happens in practice. All of our guys, all of our coaches, we're rallying around those things every time they happen in practice. All right, the competitive drill that we do, and we'll give them 15 seconds. I'll just kind of count it to myself and then count it down. With the ball, if it gets baseline, that'd be 1. If it touches the paint, 2, it's just a continuous count. The number of times that they touch the paint or beat them baseline in the 15 seconds, these 3 defensive players would have a line for each one. Okay? So here, our paint touch drill. You've got 15 seconds to keep the ball out of the paint, keep it off the baseline. Offense, you've got to get it in there. Okay? Here we go, 15 seconds. Talk now, talk now. Angle, good angle. There's 1. Good. 7, 6, 5. Good. There's 2. Time. There's 3. Twice they got the ball in the paint. Once they beat them baseline. We could have ended this possession over here. Again, your angle is great down here. You've done a great job. What's your name? Justin. Great job with that angle of approach. You've cut that baseline off. Now, when he cut it off, and Jordan, you came over to help, anytime an offensive player is on the move toward the basket and they leave their feet, it has to be a charge. It has to be a charge. We've cut the baseline off, and he started back to the middle, and he left his feet to pass the basketball. Jordan needs to move uphill and get there in time to get that charge. You get an offensive player moving like that toward the basket, leaving his feet, that has to be a charge. That possession could have been done. So we had a total of 3. So the 3 defenders would have down, back, down. The offense would go to defense. 3 new players would come in. You'd keep going.